Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV. In the last part, we made our warding scale with thanks to all our efforts to investigate the tower, and it worked. However, Nidhana got taken captive into the tower. We caught a glimpse of Fandaniel's past, and we got invited to Razadhan, though we couldn't explore. We met one of the first brood, Vitra, who's actually the true leader of Razadhan, and Thabnair. He has tasked us with going into the Tower of Zot to not only to destroy the menace of the tower itself, but free the captives. But we had to reconvene with everybody else to discuss our options. But first, before we can do that, we have to do Kryle's side of the side quest of the quest now. So Kryle, how are you let's get your investigations on the way. An unsettling change has come over Sharlayan, but together we will divine the underlying cause of the form's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the counselors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring Sharlayan's archive for historical records for any hint of a connection to the final days. Suffice it to say that progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages that one can skim in a day. But now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, the search should proceed all the swifter. Let us reconvene outside Momenan? I'm just gonna say Mo. Let's all reconvene outside Mo, shall we? Exit the annex to the right, and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. Alright. More side quests popped up here? No. That's good. Alright. That's a cool looking book. The spinning coin. Go over there, huh? I could have just teleported over here. Save the effort. Alright. My directions were easy enough to follow, I hope. In any case, you stand now before the doors of Mo, Sharlayan's grandest collection of books and tomes. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that. The archives of Mo extend deep beneath the surface like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the great Google Library pale in comparison to Mo's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Any citizen of Sharlayan is free to enter and peruse its shelves. Well, most of its shelves. Only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Stola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alize and Alphino will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you're only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Sharlayan history or foreign policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of those subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let's be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there once they found promising tomes. Happy reading. Great! My worst favorite subject, reading. Oh, look how deep it goes. Shit. Can I get a bigger view? Man, it's pretty damn big. I mean, look at the size of this. It's ridiculous. How would you even get down? Are these elevators? How would you even get down to the bottom floors? You gotta look out. I gotta love this music. Alright. Stewards of Wisdom. During this chaos, the sex calamity Archon what I call it? Noon? New. I can't remember what I called him. I'm called New. Founder of Sharlayan bore witness to the madness and savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on the island in the northern empty, he instructed his people thus: renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Sharlayans took heart to the words of their savior, and henceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from strength of minds rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Wealth of expertise could be bartered for wealth and coin, and the more their wisdom spread throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole world as a whole would thrive. And so it was that no matter the trials and tribulations of the age, the citizens of Sharlayan would live their founders' teachings. For the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star, they would eschew the tools of war and with knowledge to deliver the world. You ain't gonna deliver knowledge of the world with what's going on here. With the Talafaroi. I'm gonna say this right now. What with this? My beloved seekers of knowledge, have you ever put learning before your health and neglected to feed the rest of your body as you should? I too once engaged in such foolish practices, but one night engrossed in philosophical study, I had an epiphany. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to wrecks abandon, we have so very few years in life through which to achieve our goals. Thus do I share with you this mantra, and we're forever 20 years young. Somebody's young, the number itself is unimportant. You could be 19, or 23, or 40. Whatever age you are when you discover this manual, let that be the age you inspire to remain. Dude, okay, this is not gonna tell me anything. Huh. How about this one? Have you ever gazed at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? As take now the shifting cloud patterns above the vastness beyond, of the sun and its weakening tapestry of the night. Some think that dome above us to be a finite space, yet amongst the leading thinkers or one scholar's depiction of a boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains unreachable, an unknowable destination. There are few indeed who can explain in satisfactory detail why our own stars believed to revolve around the sun. It was the technologists of Alec who came to the closest understanding the laws which govern that starry abyss. It was they who launched Dalamud and who sought to expand beyond our earthbound existence. I read other ancient ambitions. I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? Okay, this is not gonna tell me anything. Alright. Strike two. How about this one? The voice of a growing city. In the years which followed the founding of Sharlayan, civic policy and other matters of import were decided at the Ecclesia, a public forum at which the recipient was eligible to speak. As the city's population grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. The large number of participants gave rise to ever-longing debates, resulting in significant delays of vital resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions, but in the year 201 of the 6th Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that Sharlayan would transition to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members. Why 99? Why not 100? 99 seems like a really weird number. Citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus was the form as we know it today, conceived and created. Alright, that yielded some information. Alright, what about this one? Roads of the old colony. What about the other one? That doesn't sound right. Story of Sharlayan, this sounds about right. Long, long ago on an island in the Northern Sea, there lived a rogue-eyed man by the name of Niu. Niu was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for that imperiled realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Neon's crew hauled him abroad his ark. The danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatened to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, Neon wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship safely atop of Abalthea's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, Neo gathered to him his crew and his grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to these reddened peaks. They journeyed to the coast where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island and settled upon that very spot. That settlement prospered and grew, and in time it became the city of Sharlayan. We live into this day. Alright. I got my knowledge. I had enough reading. No more reading. I'm a smart person now. Like all these people. Sorry, were you waiting long? I wanted to make sure I borrowed at least a few promising volumes. I often own a car, I should be along shortly. I was delayed in a similar fashion. As far as I could see, no tiles in the Archon stacks mentioned the final date specifically, so I have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant realms, if they are even that. At present, the plan is to scan through as quickly as we dare and to share our discoveries as we make them. It would have been nice to invite everyone to the estate. Plenty of comfortable places to read and a ready supply of hot tea. Oh, I've always been fond of reading, quite fond of reading outside. But it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. Upon our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. Seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even if Alpha and I were to return to Sharlayan, we were now to be allowed to cross the threshold. A harsh measure indeed. Hope that our efforts to extend his position and that of the Forum will perhaps lead to a reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day, I'm sure of it. I'm certain of it. But what of you, Graha? Have you been to visit your family? Or do they not live here in the city? Ah, well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Sharlayan, yes, but I was born rather further away. In the southern reaches of Ilzabar, in fact. For generations, my people have dwelt in Corvos, the coastal region opposite the island of Thavnair. The Allagans founded a city in that fertile land, and by ship brought in the subjugated tribes of the Nakati to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Unbook Calamity brought end to the ship Empire's reign, and when the Fifth Calamity froze the sea solid, many of the tribes still living in Corvos braved the journey back to Eorzea. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, that they might prevent the remnants of Allagan technology from being misused. Isn't Corvos under Garlean rule? For the past 50 years, yes, some of the local culture remains, as is the case for most imperial provinces, but Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amonis. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family. The nobles of House Darnus. Ugh. House Darnus administered a singular interest in Allagan civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. For some time already, voices have been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the Allagan Eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliable as it had once had. Fear of our discovery eventually would tip the scales, and the decision was made to bury our ties and knowledge and traditions of Allag. As the last child born with Allagan Eye, I was ever given over to the custody of his friends, the students of Baldessian, who had me registered as a Sharlayan citizen. I never even considered. Forgive me, it was an unkind question. Even Thancred was taken in by Archon Louis as well, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Sharlayans than you might think. Yet, regardless of our origins, we were all provided with that unique opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity I fucking botched that word. We outsiders can even learn the vaunted title of Archon. Tis exactly why I have such love for this country, and why I wish to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Hear, hear. Another good measure to get to the bottom of the foreign's stubbornness, aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway in these books, Cecila. More company should be arriving any moment now. Oh boy. Alright. Anyone else gonna show up here? We've returned with our selections, although I must say the pickings were quite slim indeed. Mr. Squire has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few of which barely made any mention of them. As such, we'll be looking at the research papers on the Umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent foreign members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, I'm going to ask you a few questions related to the final days. I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarat firsthand, and fear I may be overlooking critical details. Sure, I'll tell you all you need to know. My thanks. Now where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomena did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? A complete destabilization and creation magics, primals of unrivaled power, or summoned from the ether, the worst kind of phenomena you could imagine. Complete destabilization. I mean, primals didn't really get summoned. I think it was the destabilization of creation magics. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers with creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion. Meteors rained from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. That more or less aligns with my understanding. If only the arts of creation had survived into the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Yashtollah surmises that the closest known magic is that of the summoning rituals promulgated by the Ascians. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? The entire star was engulfed by disaster all at once. They say it began with a keening sound from the land itself. Alpha Node, you can answer this one. The entire star was engulfed by disaster all at once. They say it began with a keening sound from the land itself. Ah, yes, the Amaradines spoke of it, did they? We never did hear the sound ourselves, of course, thus as we were in the midst of the chaos of the madness. But it seems that each and every one of the catastrophes was preceded by this ominous noise. Eventually, it resounded all across the star. Not even Amarat was spared. So the ground was crying out, you say? To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive, and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of New's mammoths and ask about after any books which make mention of such a sound. Last but not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? They summoned Zodiark. They knocked Dalmat from the sky! Wrong sort, wrong timeline. They summoned Zodiark. Yes, with Elizabeth serving as his heart, so many gave themselves in sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiac brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will where the laws of nature were set aright. Then, once the balance was addressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal his ravages of the final days. Life sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls that had intended to render unto Zodiark a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. Or might have, had Vana and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of Hydaelyn. Thank you, both of you, for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of the events. With all that fresh in mind, it does make you wonder what the Telophoroi would truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. We've seen what they were doing with those towers of theirs, forcing people to summon primal as a kind of catalyst. Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech? A convenient metaphor for the scale of destruction they plan to unleash. But this is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let's turn our attention to the forums, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Y'shtola, but it's time we begin studying these research papers. Where the hell is Y'shtola? Alright. There she is! I'm the last one, am I? Well, my extended search for the Archon stacks produced one or two possibly useful books. But I won't get your hopes up. If you recall, earlier on, you learned of the sources of reflections from the Garoon oracles. For its potential to cause panic and confusion, the tome was deemed apocrypha and sealed away in the Great Google Library. 'Tis even less likely that knowledge of the unsunned world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. It stands to reason then that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Yet when you confronted Master 4 with knowledge of the Telophoroi and their machinations, you scoffed at the suggestion that they pose a threat. You seemed adamant that the forum would know if the final days were truly upon us. Which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the forum's behavior is being kept a secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty. Whatever they contain mention of the final days or no, these books could yield something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. Huh. Damn it! I thought I was gonna walk away from all this. Shit. I gotta read now. Fuck. Your labor report feels like an age as you stole his research assistants. Alright. Oh dear, you look exhausted. What about your studies? Were you able to find any books on the subject I mentioned? Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a man at that reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. You might be occupied with our research for quite some time. Jose. Ready for a tea break, Cecil? I know I am. Honestly, my neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around for a bit. You know the last stand in the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables, and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. All right. Let's get it on. The harbor. As busy as ever, I see. How very Sharlayan that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete with for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before I place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telophoroi. We might even learn something new. Let's try, don't you think? We could try. What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, then our prospective request that you look elsewhere. The fuck is that? A briefcase? A laptop? You must understand, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew about the Telophoroi. These enemies of peace have promised an end to all hold you dear, and... Wait, you're the House of Valier girl, aren't you? And this woman with you obviously is a foreigner. I heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge their barbaric whims, and here you are giving truth to the rumor. I'll thank you and to leave me be. I've not to say the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. 'Twas foolish me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Come, Cecil. Well, that sucked. Maybe not phrase it that way. Yes, I don't believe I had the pleasure. Pray excuse the interruption, but we're wondering who might share your thoughts on the Telophoroi and their unconscionable plans. My goodness, if it is a young Miss Lavere. Lavalier. My apologies by working in the office of the forum, and if word reached me at Master 4 that I was helping you. I see. We're sorry about you. Damn it! Shot down in every corner. What about you? It's not quite a bar, but... Welcome, madam. What can I offer you today? Wait, is that Mr. Alzi I see there? My word, how long has it been? Far too long. That looks like the Starbucks symbol right there. Or is it just me? On those little white coffee things. Meet Dickon, the owner of the Last Stand. I used to frequent this cafe on occasion in between the lessons at the Studium. It seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Alphino set sail for Eorzea, but you never came back. Lately, there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything alright at home? It's complicated, and I hadn't expected a complete stranger to be so familiar with their situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is the House of the Lavalier. No matter how discreet Master 4 may have been, news of your family's doings never stays a secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now of all times? We have questions, and only Sharlayan has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon, have you heard anything about that apocalypse called the Final Days? What, like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid. And that's what you're trying to here to find? Mention of this information on this apocalypse? Yes, whatever we can learn. Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there was more I could do to help. But maybe there is. You're a visitor to Sharlayan, aren't you? The Fuhrer will know your face. We should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're sitting down for the food, and you might just get the answer you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? Sure, why not? That's the spirit. Pay attention now and I'll explain where each of these dishes need to go. The tea is set for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelet is for one of our regulars, a Highlander by the name of Gisela. She's sitting on an outside table with a friend of hers. Behind them, you see Makati gentlemen. Here are the oven-baked lobster. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask and I'll explain again. Good luck. Alright. Alright. This is the... Shit! I already forgot! Fuck me. Alright, the chatty group. Oh my, tea set! Lovely, thank you! The Telophoroi who? I'm sorry, I never heard of them, or their final days. My friends are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you want to hear about the ritual or arcane practices of the 6th Astral Era, common or esoteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off. Alright. Oh, that sucks. This is the girl with the friend of hers, and that's the Makati gentleman. Oh, finally, 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in. No time to waste. What? The Twafaroi? Ah, yes, I remember seeing that name in the latest Gazette. That and some grand claim about the end of days. Same old senseless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it, I say. The forum made the right choice, and I fully support the decision to remain neutral. Yeah, until it comes bearing at your doorstep. Urbane banter with a smile. At last, the oven baked lobster is mine! You have no idea how long I've scrimped and stayed and suffered to afford this heavenly dish. Look expensive. Final days? This is the worst I've heard of it. Although that would explain why my friend had been rushed off his feet. It must have been busy. Must be a busy time to be a gleaner. You don't know what a gleaner is? They're collectors of a sort. Travel the world procuring things that we haven't gotten here in Sharlayan. Priceless books, unusual life specimens, and so forth. It's no name for these folk who trail after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which was missed. Aye, by all accounts, gleaning is the most meticulous and demanding profession. But these Twafaroi make good of their audacious good threats, and many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbor and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads in from the docks all day. It's never been this hectic before. Not like this. Alright, well, we got something out of it. Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone to talk? Interesting. They seem unaware of the final days, aside from whatever vague news the gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. The forum does have secret knowledge, and they've done an impressive job in ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. In any case, thank you for playing the part so well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. Well, let's enjoy our drink somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips and their wagging tongues. Wagging? Really? Wagging? Alright. This should do nicely. Out of the wind and out of sight.
お父様に感動を言い渡されたこと、別に冗談だと思ってたわけじゃないのよ。ただ実感はしてなかったのかも。あんな扱いを受けて今やっと身に染みてきたっていうか。シャーレアンに行こうって決めた時のこと覚えてる？ラハがただならない事態が起きてるからこそお父様はあんな突き放し方をしたのかもって。実際そうなのかもしれない。頭が固くておじい様とは何度も喧嘩してた人だけど、血を流すがいいだなんて決して言わなかったもの。でもね、戦うことが正しいのかって問いに答えられなかったのも本当。そのことでアルフィノは思い悩んでたけど、私は進んできた道を間違えたなんて思えなかった。だからただ怒って反発してる。そっちの方が立ち悪いわよね。少し見方を変えたら自分も頑固で独善的なのかもって後になってからふと気づいたの。あの時あの問いになんて答えたら自分もお父様も裏切らずにいられたんだろう。中に入っていったってことは ラビリンソスへの搬入ね。
What's that?
おう、この島の地下にある大きな施設のことよ。シャーリアンといえば世界中から知識を集めてるでしょ。それは何も紙や試験管に収まるものだけじゃないわ。動物や植物、さまざまな命ある資料を生きたまま保管研究する、それがラビリンソスってわけ。にしてもかなりの荷物だったわね。私が住んでた頃は船を使うような搬入自体めったに見なかったのに。ラストスタンドで聞き込みをしてくれた時、グリーナーの出入りが頻繁になってるって話があったのよね。さっきの船に乗ってたのも多分グリーナーだわ。それもラビリンソスに搬入を行える議会公認のグリーナー。彼らの動きが最近テロフォロイが現れた頃から活発になっているなら、そこに哲学者議会の思惑が隠れてるかも。
Time to go for a swim? Or hijack a boat? The labyrinthine descent. You should tell the others what we learned about the Gleaners. Go on to noon and I'll join in a moment. Master Dick will want his cups back. I was about to say, are we just gonna keep those cups? I mean, those don't look like very easy. I mean, I don't think a restaurant would appreciate walking away with their cups. Alright, Gryle! I've got tidings for you! Welcome back, Cecila. Been for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned up information on the Gleaners. It makes sense. The Gleaners take their requests directly from institutions and bureaucrats, but as you said— oh shit! Autotext, no! A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and cargo. It certainly gives the impression of an overreaching plan being put into motion. Well, let's see what theory we can build from the facts. As you still observed earlier, the news archives appear to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with what Cecil and Alice learned at the last stand, we can be certain to be sure that most Sharlayans know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Yet, my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that destruction is being perpetrated by the Teleport is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Aor's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it is a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation for ourselves. And if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be more receptive to our questions. Anything would be better than bury my head in another distilled book. No, let's not do that. What should we expect from down there? Oh, I would hate to spoil the surprise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I'd like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books. and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Let's head down the stairs over there and I'll show you where the entrance is. Hey, so I'm not teleporting there to get ether sickness. Alright. Ready? Labyrinthos is not too far from here, but you may find the path a bit disorienting. I'll take the lead, stay close. Great. One of these, huh? Off we go then. Where exactly am I going? It's pleasant here amongst the trees, but we really should move along. Yeah, we should. How about walk faster? 'Cause I can walk faster than you. Now we run. Try to keep up. Keep to the path, straight ahead. We cross this bridge. Up here. Over this way. The rostra. Not far from here. Or not far now. Why did I say from here? Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to tune to the star back there, didn't you? It'll make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. Alright. Ugh. Alright. We're all here now, yes? I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's descent. Right, everyone on the lift and down we go. Oh, look at that. An artificial sun, huh? Oh, check this place out.
溢れた資料を床に積むものはどんな時代にも存在したが、この施設の考案者も確実にその口だろう。住めなくなれば別の場所へ、空きもなければ作ってしまえというわけだ。おそらく最初はそれだけのこと、それだけのことがすり替えられた。知識は黙々と積まれていく。まるで抜け出すことのできない迷宮を築くかのように。
Labyrinthos. Let's check this place out. This place is definitely unique.
驚いた？本物みたいな空だけど作り物よ。ここは正真正銘シャーレヤン島の地下。感じる風も流れる水も人の力で作り出したものなの。
シャーレヤン島は火山島。この空間は大昔の溶岩だまりだったのよ。それを400年ほど前に見つけて資料や生態サンプルを保管する場所として改築してきた。深部は今なお拡張されていると聞くわ。
ねえ、あれグリーナーの人たちじゃない？
格好からしてそのようだね。彼らは単独行動している印象が強いが、今日は随分集まっているようだ。君たちが予想した通り、いつもとは違った仕事をしているのかもしれないね。
早速手分けして話を聞いてみましょう。
Ooh. Headache? I have one too, reading all those books.
今私を呼んだかしら？
Oh. No.
気のせい。昇降機で急に下がってきたからかしら。ごめんなさい。お互いに情報収集頑張りましょう。
Ooh. What's going on with Cryo? Good, check this place out. Good Lord. Got 3 different crystals, got 3 different Ethernet shards here. Jeez. Alright. I mean, this place definitely has some unique music. You wanna know what I'm doing? Hauling books, and ore, and fauna. So I keep these hauling, I haul it. Every decade or so they take stock in Labyrinthos. You know, sort and tidy up the inventory. Never seen an operation like this though before though. They just did one a few summers ago even. Then without no warning at all, this mess gets dropped in our laps. Or it's from on high. Damned if I know the reason. Could be that they're changing the layout maybe? Preparing for the next expansion. Okay. Let's get a good view. Yeah, check this place out. Look at all that. That's fun. It's a fun little area. It's definitely unique. That's definite. Uh-huh. Let me think. The rare seeds should be item 1058. The cumin seeds 1059. Snurtleberry 1060. Oh, they 1061. My head feels like it's stuck with Moko grass. Why more loads take out than carry in? Why do all this at once risk mixing it up? What if someone mistakes the Corthian carrots with the Gearbonian carrots? What then? Well, I'm sorry. I can't help you with that. You're here to help or give me more headaches, because you don't have the look of a gleaner and I'm in no mood for idle chatter. One of my colleagues was so exhausted he took a tumble and crashed into a pile of crates. Now I have to now I have a pack of marmots running loose. Great. Yeah, that sounds like a you problem. And look, Cecil, what tales do the Gleaners have to tell? Absolutely nothing. So this grand operation began without warning, and for every item they bring in, they're sending more inventory somewhere else. That'll explain the haggard faces I've been seeing. We were right, the form was definitely up to something, and they're turning Labyrinthos upside down in the process. We should do well to learn more of what specifically the Gleaners are being tasked to do, as well as who was tasked them to do it. If your game says so, I have an idea. Didn't one of the Gleaners you questioned say something about escaped marmots? Perhaps if we were to aid and capture these said creatures, they might be inclined towards a more friendly and enlightening conversation. In the meantime, I'll turn my charms upon this Gleaner here. We can compare notes afterwards. Happy hunting. I got him back. You wish to help me find the marmots? I have nothing suitable to pay you for your services, but if you will offer out of godly goodness of your heart, I welcome the assistance. Sure. Won't be the first time. My name is Aaronville. My friend specializes in the collection of live specimens. That said, the capture of these Noxian marmots is a trial I have no desire to repeat. Grizzled mice, they call them. For mercy, there are no other marmot species on this tier at present, so there should be no mistake in our little fugitives. If you happen to catch any, stuff them in the sack gently, of course. Where to begin, you wonder? I've not seen any scampering around here, so we'll need to widen our search into the surrounding forest. Be on your guard. There are beasts out there that won't hesitate to prey on a marmot, or you. I'll search the trees to the west. The eastern part of the forest is all yours. Good luck. Alright. Check that thing out. Is that a hunt monster? No, it's not. This is a normal. That's just normal. That's just a normal monster. Looking for a marmot. Where is a marmot? Aha, it's up there. You leave my mouse alone. Oh, there's more of them. Fuck up, coyote. I'm getting away. Barely have you ready to sack when the grizzled mouse scampers off into the underbrush. Damn it. That ain't my target. That's my target. Get in my sack. Oh. Roll at night nimbly evades your grasp. Fucking rat. Probably up there, isn't it? Ha! Found you. Got nowhere to go. Get in my sack. More prepared for the spread of the speed of this. Okay. Got it. Third time's a charm. How did you fare? I tracked down tracked down three of the pack, which leaves one unaccounted for. Ah, there's a lot. There's the odd marmot out. Wait here a moment while I put our friends in a holding cage. Thankfully, the marmots seem to be unharmed. They have held up well in isolation, but it seems much too soon to release them to the habitat. It's a good thing we were able to recapture them so swiftly. You have my thanks. Who tasked you to capture them in the first place? Why, the authority in charge of Labyrinthos, now and in perpetuity. The same officials who've had us working day and night of late. The honorable members of the forum. Who else? Oh shit, I skipped the frickin' auto text. Go away. I don't know what the forum is planning for these creatures, but at the very least, I doubt they'll be served for dinner today or tomorrow. There you are, Cecil. Is this the Gleaner you mentioned? One who was looking for lost marmots? Interesting company to keep, friend. Who are you folk anyway? I'm Crown of the students of Baldesion. These others are my associates. Truth be told, the forum's decisions of late have not sat entirely well with us. That is why we made a descent to Labyrinthos. We hope that by seeing some of those decisions put into action, we might more fully understand their reasoning. Wise and practical. Never hurt to try and gain a better broad perspective, does it? Anyway, duty calls. Other animals to capture and enclosures to empty. Once again, I'm sorry that I can't offer you more of your services. For your services. Did you learn anything new from your friend here? Okay, well, here's what I learned. So, we confirmed that the order of this ambitious operation did indeed come directly from the forum. However, the Gleaners have not been informed of its purpose. I'd say that fits with everything we've heard thus far. We've also discovered that when the operation was begun, the forum contacted the Gleaners guild ship about their people to this great work some 4 days ago, some 4 days after the Tadalafroid made their chilling declaration. As seasoned travelers, the Gleaners keep abreast of news from every corner of the world out of necessity. Thus, am I inclined to trust that their calendar of events is accurate. Altogether, it gives a distinct impression that this undertaking was a sudden unexpected development. Yeah, I find it hard to believe that such a comprehensive restructuring of Labyrinthos and its archives could have been planned in so brief a window. Nay, this plan was long in the making. They were but awaiting the right time to put it into effect. And the Tadalafroid's declaration was what set it all in motion. Seems likely, but let's not leap to conclusions just yet. For the moment, I suggest we conduct a wider investigation of Labyrinthos. The more facilities we visit, the more pieces of the puzzle we stand to find. In that case, how about we head to the Archean? From there, we can reach the lower... Ooh. Cryo? What's wrong? I'm fine. Surely. The sentence left me with a bit of a headache, that's all. Nothing will stop me from soldiering on. Let's beat about it then. At least allow me to take the lead. I'm fairly certain I remember the way to the Archean. We follow the path east through the forest where you were chasing after that mouse. Or marmot, was it? Anyway, tis the trolls need to watch out for. Alright, she's hiding something from us. She's hiding something from us. Ooh, my first etherite. Nice. Where is this? How did I go from 185 to 233? Oh, I'm going east, not west. Duh. Or north. I know my directions, shut up. It's right on top of a cliff face, isn't it? Yep. It's up there. There it is. The trolls are blocking my way. Fuck you, trolls. God damn it. Fuck off, troll. That's one of the. So I'm assuming this is like the, Fabnair, where there's only 5. There's gonna be sections of the map I can't get to, and there's gonna be 5 in one section and 5 in the other section. I'm assuming that's how things are gonna be working. We hope the Archean has new served as Sharlayan's literary archive, served as a structure housed the city's wealth of material data. The architecture, too, is similar. This building you see is merely the upper entrance, and an access point to the vaults carved into the cliffside itself. Within those vast rooms are stored countless samples and specimens, as well as the detailed records which describe them. In a manner of speaking, the Archean contains a physical history of Sharlayan's unwavering dedication to the accumulation of knowledge. Right. Well, we don't want anything Valley standing out here. Let's proceed into the main building and speak with the custodian. I need to tune myself to this etherite first. Alright, got a gemstone trader over there, so let me get that off the map. Or off my screen. Get this guy off my screen too. Oh, this place has the same music as what am I doing? Not you. Let's Greetings, we're here to peruse the Archean's vaults. Peruse? You're clearly not Gleaners then. Might I ask your affiliation? We belong to the students of Baldessian, but is that relevant? I was given to believe that the vaults, those open to the public at least, were open to the public. Ordinarily, yes, that would be the case. At present, however, access is restricted. Only persons directly involved in reorganization efforts are permitted to enter. Not us, then. I suppose we had better move along to another facility. This building has a lift which connects to the military, yes? Might we at least make use of that? That service has also been suspended, I'm afraid. For the time being, priority has been given over to the conveyance of inventory. What's this as far as we can go? I apologize for the inconvenience. Please come again after our restructuring operation is concluded. By that time, it'll be too late. They were so close to getting answers. We need to rethink our approach. Let's step outside for the moment, shall we? Students of Baldessian. What's up with that attitude? Bitch, she probably turned us away. We are at an impasse. We have no other leads, and I should like to pursue this one further. But I doubt that our stone-faced custodian will be swayed by heartfelt pleas. I must seek another means to access the lower levels. It's likely that the people in this area are involved in the reconstructing in one way or another. Bleh. If we were to ingratiate ourselves, they might allow us to accompany them on the lift. Let's ask around. Sure, the sun is in need of a few strong backs to lighten the load. Alright, let's find out who needs help around here. What about you? Am I taking the lift? Oh no, we're just students. They won't let us into the Archean, even though we found. Actually, I have no idea what it is we found. There's no record of such a creature anywhere. But it was wandering around Tranquility, so he thought to donate to the vaults. Oh, it's a little squeal, don't you think? Anyway, I suppose we'll have to take a care of it until the Archean is open again. That sounds promising. Who else is around here? Gotta go. Anyone around? Anyone over here? No. Looks like that person's AFK. He's using that person's using a macro to keep himself in the game. I see what's going on here. Which is, there's no macro in the game that lets you jump, so he's using that person's definitely using has to definitely be using a third-party macro, which is not allowed in terms of service. Where the fuck am I going? There's like no one here. There's no one else to talk to. Oh, how about this guy? What's that? Take you down the lift with me? Sorry, but not a chance. I've been up and down all day, and only now have I found a moment to spare to rest. I did see a Gleaner fellow heading out to the gate there, though, showing a large pack, engaged in some manner of task. Maybe he'll head down below after he's done with whatever it is he's doing. Alright, let's figure out what's going on around here. Where am I going? Quiet, you're fighting away. What are you doing? Ah, it's you again. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm in the middle of another task. The cloud can I need to capture is close. Very close. Why don't you let me do it? You wish to help me with this too? You spend your time in unusual ways, my friend. Still, 200 is generally better than 1. Very well. The canal here is a common gathering spot for birds of all kinds, but the one I'm after is the hornbill. As far as a green cries a distinctive caw. Single it out and shoot it with the sleeping dart. The effect is short-lived, so I'll lie in wait by the riverbank to claim our quarry. Be sure to hit the right one. Alright. I'm looking for a hornbill. The feathers are green, so it can't be that freaking difficult to find, right? That is definitely the hornbill right over there. Because you can, of course, you can always tell by the distinctive caw. So it's definitely that. I sedated the wrong bird. No! How is that not the hornbill? Damn it! Try again. Okay. So, I want this one. Damn it! I must be that one way off in the distance. Figured to be the first one away. Ah! Third time's a charm. Obviously, because the yellow bird is pink.
ありがとよ。あいつを保護してから上がるから、その辺で待っててくれ。
ここにいたのね。何か有力な情報はあった？さっきのグリーナーと再会してホーンビルをねえ。外で捕まえた生き物を運んでくるのはわかるけど、ラビリンソスの中で捕まえてどうするのかしら。
何？珍しいことでもないさ。観察を終えたり、ここでの育成が難しかった動植物は運び出されることがあるんだよ。野生に返す以上、条件は厳しいけどな。それを丁重に故郷へお届けするのも、俺らグリーナーの仕事ってわけさ。ただまあ、今回に関しては、運ぶ先が違う。頼まれてるのは、下への移送だからな。
That's supposed to mean.
ラビリンソスの仮想には哲学者議会に指名された研究者のみが立ち入れる区画がある。他国に決して明かせない先端技術や禁忌魔法を研究しているとも噂されているけれど、私たち賢人ですら 真実を伺い知ることはできない。そこで働く研究員たちを専用の施設に住まわせ、町に出さないくらいの徹底ぶりだもの。
そんな場所になぜホーンビルを？研究に必要なのだろうか。
さて、依頼主の哲学者議会からは説明がなかったもんでね。ただ俺や仲間に渡されてる内外から下へ運ぶ対象のリストを見ると、最先端の研究のためって感じじゃないな。どちらかといえば南方大陸に乗り込む準備とでも言われた方がしっくりくる。
どういうこと？
運び込むように指示されてるのは、安定した食料供給を見込めそうな動植物、それに比較的変化に強い種や過酷な環境への耐性があるもの、土壌や水質の改善に用いられる奴らもだな。
確かに、まるでどこかに入植しようとしてるみたいね。
もっとも根拠のない憶測だけどな。グリーナーが触れてるのは思惑のほんの一角だろうさ。俺らはただ運んだものが正しく知識として残されることを願うだけだ。ものであれ、命であれな。ってことで俺はもう行く。大した礼もできなくて悪いな。
ねえ、物は相談なのだけれど、私たち下の階層に降りられなくて困ってるの。あなたが下へ動物たちを収めに行くなら、同行者として連れて行ってもらえないかしら。
いや、悪いがそれは難しいな。動物たちは揃い次第リフトで送ることになってる。その後俺も報告のために降りはするが、そこに至って荷物持ちだと紹介するわけにもいかないだろ。
ごもっともね。忘れてちょうだい。
おたくら、腕と足腰に自信はあるか？もしそうなら降りる方法がないわけじゃない。この道の先に第33期拡張行動がある。ラビリンソスを拡張すると同時に鉱物資源を得るための場所さ。安全は確保されてないが、そこを通ればミディアルサーキットまでは降りられるはずだ。
それは私も初耳よ。貴重な情報助かるわ。
どういたしまして。だが行くのは自己責任だぞ。難しいと思ったらやめておけよ。それじゃあな。
ここで行かないって選択肢はないわよね。ともかく行動の様子を見てみましょう。
All right. All right. Let me get over there. We're coming to coming up to a good place to stop. So let me get to over here real quick. Oh, come on. I couldn't get that other bit of map? Really? Damn it. I guess I have to fly after, don't I? Looks like it. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Wait, no. Never mind. Fill it in. Fill it in. Christ. This must be it, the entrance to the mine shaft. 'Tis faint, but I hear something moving within. Creatures home there might by the researcher, you think? Well, slavering beasts aside, we will need to watch our footing. We should tighten our straps and such before we continue. Okay. This is a good place to stop. So when we come back, we will head down to the mine shaft and head to the lower floors of Labyrinthos and see what we can find around here. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next part. Later.